Under the sky. We're live. It's just the night sky.
It says waiting for Happy Foundation.
Well, it's live now. Oh, there's the owl. Okay. Let's begin. Aloha and greetings to each and every one of you. What we would like for you to see, you see a picture of darkness, but it's actually the night sky from Prince Edward Island, Canada.
I see it.
Do you see the stars?
No, I see the black cameras.
Oh, see? Happy Foundation is having fun.
Repeating itself.
What? Okay, we're recording. Let us begin. Wakatonka. Yatahe. Creator. God the Father of light and love and of truth. Let the people not be afraid of the darkness, because we call forth the light tonight here from the eastern door. Creator, come. Give us your power, your strength, your healing, and your love and your light. Come, Jesus, and come, Holy Spirit. Bless all peoples, red, black, white, and yellow, and those in between, and to all those who come, that they see now a picture of the night sky, and to fear not the darkness, for the stars, the sparkles of the light of the stars are there. And we can hear the sound of the owl hooting in the background. We call upon now the path of the east, the grandmothers and clanmothers of the east, the dawning of a new day, to Venus star, to the light within and bald eagle. We call upon the path of the earth, that we are all fully grounded, the two-legged, the 2 feet, all people together, standing. We want to bring forth the light out of the darkness. We call upon the east, the Venus star, the brightest star that goes through all the hearts of humanity. In the east, come, give us your power, your strength, your healing, your light, and your love. If any of you are tuning in, wherever you are, we greet you from the furthest eastern door of Turtle Island, Prince Edward Island. As we are calling the ancient ones in the moment, the absolute moment that we clicked to open this up, you could hear the ancient birds coming from the east, of which we just called in. An old ancient calling. Now, before we begin, I just want to speak briefly of the owl, because that is the name and that is the sound of the bird that is hooting. Now, many tribes fear the owl, but the owl is not to be feared. The owl creates wisdom and a deep inner knowing. And this is how we all come together. We come together in a deep inner knowing. My sister, I'm just going to ask you to be still. You can speak, but just be still, okay? that can hear you in the background with your phone, all right? A deep inner knowing upon the east as we enter into a new world. And although all of you do see the sense of darkness, there is no darkness.
Your call has been forwarded.
Everyone take a deep breath. Good. We paused a little bit. We're talking about the east. We're talking about the ancient ones. We're talking about the owl. And we're talking about being fully grounded into the earth as we come into the new earth, out of the darkness. Now, again, you see the picture of the sky in the eastern door. I'm going to move the phone over just a little bit more now. We call upon the path of the south to trust in innocence, to the hawk, to the path of the fire that cleanses and heals, and to the good red road home to the light within. We call upon the path and the spirit of the south. Now everyone just pause for a full minute and hold upon trust and innocence wherever you may be. For the way the world is changing exponentially. It's changing minute by minute by minute. Pause for 30 seconds and hold no thought, going into absolute nothingness.
I've got to turn off the phone because I can hear you on live.
Okay, good. Shut it off. Beautiful. That's a good 30 seconds. Now, if at any moment, if any of you can see any of the stars move or shine bright, send a text through or send a comment through. Beautiful. Now, I want each and every one of you to place both hands on your heart. Clear your throat, just like I did. If you know where you are right now, and you know the direction of the west, point west. We call all the light workers, all the enlightened souls, all the Buddhas. We call the path to the west of making medicine, to black bear, to brown bear, to white spirit bear. We call the essence of the healing water, combining tonight the essence of the healing water and the ancient stars, the star seeds, the ancient ones, the light beings from far up above, who really are not that far away, who come to us and visit inside the angelic realm frequently. To the west, to the waters, to the creation waters. Putting droplets, curing the tears, the salted tears, to those who may be sad, to those who may be lonely tonight. To those who have no direction, we give them direction of peace, of happiness. to the ancestors and to the spirit of the West, we humbly call you inside the ancient healing waters, to the spirit of the water, to creation water for the healing of all peoples, for the earth, and for the animals. We call upon the north, the ancient ones of the north, as we come from the far north here in Prince Edward Island, Canada, the furthest eastern door of Turtle Island. We call upon the north. We call upon White Buffalo Calf Woman. We call upon the ancient white horse and the hummingbird and the breath of life, the Ha breath of life, where we left off yesterday, breathing, breathing, breathing. Now, for a moment, we're all going to do some medicine together by facing north. Take a deep breath. Now, to those of you who still have your two hands on your heart, very good. Or indeed, you have listened. Take them off and just take your left hand and follow what I do and just breathe. Breathe. Good. More peace, more knowing, more joy, and many a miracle occur in the spaces in between the breath, in between the thought, in between the dance that you step. We focus and we can feel many of you out there right now pausing into the silence of the true wisdom of the north, of the breath of life. We are opening up an ancient circle. The teaching of the circle comes from long, 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 long ago. In fact, before the flood, many of the two-leggeds that walked relied upon the spirit of Creator, the God of light, of love, but also Father Sky and Mother Earth, and the pure breath of life. So tonight we seek the air. We seek the air of wisdom, the breath of life, and the healing waters of the tears to all those who cry in pain. Yesterday, today, and in this moment, and in the future, that it is gently erased. Now, let's know for one thing, without a shadow of a doubt, when two or more are gathered together, in the name of God the Father, and Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and the ascended masters, always, 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 the prayer is answered. Now, sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly. Many of you are now home and you're praying, you're confused, you're confined, you want to go outside and you want to breathe the air. But just remember this, together as we come now from the north into the center, all together. Now let's gather. Oh, good. We've got a rainbow circle. I see red, yellow, green, orange, pink, the colors of the rainbows, the hands and the arms out together going to the center. down to Mother Earth. We call Mother Earth for groundedness, the nourishment, for the food that she brings us, that we should understand that we do not need a crisis in order to come together, but this is how sometimes mankind learns. So now we come to the earth. We honor the earth. We take care of our Mother Earth. And you know, if there are times when you do reach out and meditate and pray and do the best you can, and still something is wrong, whether it may be in your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, your finances, whatever it may be, here's what you can do. No matter who you are and where you are, or what continent or what country, step outside on your property. Of course, stay 10 feet away. Go outside with your bare feet and lie your body upon the earth. Do this for at least 20 minutes, letting everything go. The best way to do it is just to fall down from head to toe with your stomach first, and this will, I promise you, you will feel so much better. Many of you will have different experiences when you do this. All you have to do is just take yourself with yourself without thoughts and lie down and surrender and let go. The key is to not think. You may experience a sense of fear or a sense of darkness, because as you're looking at a photo, you see the dark. I want to share with all of you some words that came from the Angels of Truth on, let's see, I've got one of those awesome memories. It came on May 11th, 2010. To those that think they know not. To those of you who think you have power, you have not. To those of you right now who have sat still and waited, we say to you, you shall wait no more. For all light comes from darkness, and this is the darkness that you see in the screen. Do not fear the darkness. We are born from our mother's womb, from the dark. But deep, deep, deep inside the darkness rests the hope of the light. Let us begin there, inside the light. Now, many of you ask, many questions, but the question answered here tonight. If you do not remember who you are, we collectively come together in the center of the circle, from all continents, from all peoples, from all religions, from all truths, and we come to the center, and right now, in this moment, we remember. We remember, we remember, we remember who we are. Now, this has been told by some in a good, simple way. And there's the sound of the freedom. I hope you can hear that seagull out in the ocean. We remember that we are free, and we're born free, and we're born perfect in the light. So when you think of the darkness or anything that may cause you unrest, for it's peace today. Remember the truth. Now, many of you ask, what is the path to the upper gates, to the path of ascension, to the path of healing, to the path of knowing? All of these things, everyone's seeking now, and everyone's saying, hey, listen to me, I know. I'm not saying that about me, but I think it's wonderful. It's miraculous that we're all gathering, because we each have a part. No one more important than the other. But the question here is asked, what is the feeling of the heavenly state? And I say to you, I have been there. It is a peacefulness, a simpleness, a nothingness, and everything all in one. Let us feel that now. Let us take that with us. Okay, good. Things are coming through. There's some of you who are taking this with you when you're lying on the earth. That's good. There's some kind of oil pipe that's clogged somewhere. Let's all pray for the fracking of our Mother Earth. That those companies that perform the business of fracking, going deep into the earth, is destroying many parts of her. This is why we hear many strange noises and strange sounds of trumpets, for the earth cannot take this, although she is very powerful, and she will amend. We call Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Metatron. We call the Holy of Holies, the highest benevolent angels at the right hand of God the Father, to come to go out now in the Ha breath for those who need the pure breath, into the earth, to those who lie in the earth and want their body, mind, spirit, soul, and emotions released inside of peace. We call upon the animal kingdom, and we call upon my ancestors, my Akkadian ancestors, my Mi'kmaq ancestors, all the ancestors who are waiting. May you come. In the animal kingdom, the winged ones, the eagle, the hawk, the raven, grandma, the blue herring, white crane, the dolphin and the whale, the mermaid and the seal, the alligator, the elephant, the koala bear, grandma, the turtle, grandma, the spider, Ixtapa, Colegio, the dragonfly and the butterfly, the elementals, to those that swim, crawl, and fly, we all come together inside of peace, inside of love. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mix a little healing water here and pray for the waters, for the tears of humanity. We're going to pray. Rainbow bowl. I've gathered water from many, many, many places. We pray in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. The tears are wiped dry. And if those people need to cry, let them heal through the tears now. Thank you. In beauty and love. Oh, that's so precious. Precious water. Silence. I think what we'll do another time. Oh, there's the water going. That's just the hot tub. I think what we'll do another time is we'll get a better camera and we'll shoot it out into the sky. But it's still pointed at the sky. There's so much to say, but nothing to say. So let's do an assignment. Let's have everyone who views this and has come this far. Some of the youngins, they just push that button that goes 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and they miss everything. If you make it to this part of the video, let's just understand truth. There's so many levels of truth. We speak the truth. We are the truth. And here's one truth teaching. besides going on the earth with your bare feet and going outside on your land and creating social distance. Also, what you can do besides be at peace is give. We always have something to give. If you feel stuck, if you feel lack, if you feel like your life is limited, even if you're afraid to get sick, afraid to go anywhere, reach inside yourself. Of course, everyone is saying, be still, go within. But of course, but what's beyond that? What happens when you go within and you don't like what's inside? You have to continue to sit and process and alchemize and breathe and let things flow through you. So we're having an assignment now is to give to others. See if we can't give to 3 people every day something, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a letter, whether it's a beautiful, card, anything. If you feel like you don't have anything to give, if you just take the action of giving, your aura, your cells, your joints, your body, your mind will shift. But here's another key that unlocks one of the real truths of ancient wisdom: give to the people who you don't want to give to. It's easy to give to your family, to your children, to your grandchildren, to those that you like. But keep loving those that you may disagree with. Agree with them and give. It's easy because we're only here truly for a short period of time. And all the deeds that we do, everything is recorded, everything is watched. It is. Some of you know this. In the future, as we give prayer, meditation, dance, teachings, um, live healings, we do soul schemata, there's many with us that we're all joining together to do this together. We're going to go on and on and on and on and give the best we can to give. Just watch the blessings. So I'm just going to give you just a brief background. There's a subtle sense of mystery here. Um, I'll just share a little bit. And I completed a year ago a 9-year walkabout journey. And I walked about and I was told by Creator, by God, just to go. Um, and I just want you to know that when I walked, I did not know where I was going, how I was going to get there. And most of the time, I had no means, which means I had no money to eat. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. It was the third time that I was turned out, if you will, turned out into the world. Now, in the future, after um, some more sharing and teaching. Oh, there goes a star one. Oh, I wish you could see it. Bear with me. I walked about and listened to the stars at night. I was alone for the most part, traveling, walking, praying, making petitions for the hearts of humanity, for the hearts of the world, for all peoples to come together. So just speaking now here on YouTube has been 9 years in the making. I can't tell you how many blocks there has been that there are no more blocks. And one of the teachings that I was receiving that I want all of you to understand right now, this is a good one. You will love this. And here it is. Don't worry if you don't have any money, because you will always, always be abundantly provided for. All you have to do is live in the moment and have deep and utter awareness around you. Now, that is to say, as you're walking or driving, wherever you are, be aware of what's in front of you, feel what's behind you and around you, and expect the unexpected in a good way. Know that your Father in heaven will provide food and shelter. See, I did this day after day, week after week, month after month, without ever knowing how I was going to eat, where I was going to sleep. Now, I'm a woman. And, I went to many places, walked deep into rainforests, slept on beaches. I mean, it was a long, long, long and arduous walkabout. And people would, I'll call this story the $20 a day story. People would walk up to me. Now, the teaching is you can't ask for help. I mean, we can in sometimes, but during this one, if you're turned out and you're walking, you can't ask for help. So I would be walking down a street, and someone would just walk up to me and they'd say, "Excuse me." And I'd say, "Yes." Of course, I was in a good way. So you can't be afraid, because if you're afraid, you'll attract fear. Now, everyone knows this. This is, people are learning very quickly, and this is all good. It's, "Excuse me, do you need this $20?" I said, of course, I'm so sensitive. I'd say, "Why do I look like I need it?" Of course I did. And I'd say, "Oh, are you offering that to me?" And they'd say, "Yes." And so I would take the $20 and be like, "Oh, I can eat." And so I would create things like an innate dualism, a shift in pure consciousness of living proof. Years ago, you know, I was in New York City, and I have one of those memories that I remember. I was in New York City, and it was like a movie, but I was in the movie. And I was sitting down, and it was in Harlem, and there was a barrel of oil burning to the left. There was a fence that was all wired. There was broken glass all on the ground. And I was sitting on a pile of trash, and I had just picked up my clothes from someone who threw them there, and I was retrieving them. And the sky was gray, and I looked around, and it was like a movie. I couldn't believe that it was desolate. It was dark. It was frightening, and I had no place to go. I had nowhere to go, and I had this trash bag of clothes, and I was like, "Oh my God, where am I going to go now?" And I just sat there, and I held my trash bag of clothes, and I really was aware of what was around me, and I had to remove my fear. Now, we're humans. We all have fear. We all have what we have to learn, because we're all the same. Some come in differently, though, but that's another teaching. Anyway, so I held this vision and I said, "I don't like this. I'm not afraid. I'm going to change this." So I made a prayer and I stood up and I carried that bag. Now I'm in Harlem. I'm white. I'm kind of cute. I'm in Harlem. And I grabbed the trash bag. I removed my fear. And again, I think in 4 to 5 days, we're going to do a very profound, instant removal of fear, but not now. And I began walking. And so then you become aware and you listen and you can't be afraid and you expect a miracle. And this is a big test because it's fun to do in a way because it's like, whoa, how can I change this? And we can always change wherever we're at. It doesn't matter. So I had, I think, $5 and I took the train out to the beach. There's a beach outside of New York City. It's a little island. I don't recall the name of it at this point, but anyway, I went there. Um, I was told to go there and meditate and collect shells, so I did with my bag. And I was sitting there meditating, and this guy comes up to me, this flamboyant man. Fire Island, that's what it was called. Fire Island. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm collecting shells." I said, "Oh, that's interesting. Can I help you?" And we collected shells. And he says, "Would you like to take a walk?" So I said, "Okay, I'll walk with you." So we began walking and talking. Well, before you know it, this guy bought me lunch and then he brought me in his, I don't know what it was, but I think it was a Lamborghini. And there I was, driven from Fire Island down to Fifth Avenue he owned like this building where his toilet was made out of gold cover. And told me to stay there with him for a week. And there I was in a mansion. It's a true story. Everything I say is true. Anyway, the point is that we can change wherever we're at. And then lo and behold, I met people and everything changed. And it was why? Because I was aware of my surroundings. I wasn't afraid. I was in the moment. I listened. I asked Creator for guidance, and everything changed. So there you have it. And in the future, I can share more about my personal experience, but it's not about me. There's no leaders here. We're all coming. So, all of you, send this out to people that you know, um, so that we can all come together and come together in pure light and love. So, we opened up the circle, and now we're going to close the circle. We're all going to pray. And just repeat after me. God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and do with me as thy will. Remove me the bondage of self. Take away my difficulties, and victory over them may bear witness to those I may help of thy love, thy service, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. I can't begin to tell you how much I love all of you. Tomorrow we're going to just do laughing, drumming, and dancing. And then you'll do some emails or chat in live, and we'll do some live, actual live healing. So there you go. Aloha. Mahalo. Te quiero. Je vous aime. I love you. Bye bye.